Good morning. It is a beautiful morning. We had a really good rain last night. The garden got watered by nature, and it loves that. It would really prefer a good soaking rain to anything I can do with a water hose. So I'm grateful for it. I know the garden's grateful for it. Everything's looking really good this morning and perked up, and I'm really happy for that. We're supposed to get into the 100 degrees again in a few days, and so I know that the battle starts all over again. But that's okay. One thing you need to remember when you're out in the heat, with your plants and you both need water. Stay hydrated. Keep yourself cool as best you can. Wear a hat in the heat of the day. Don't stay out working too long. Get up early, work early. I work until around 11, 12. Sometimes I can go to 1, but not too often, especially when we're hitting those 100 degrees. And then come back out in the evening and work again. And that's when you should water, in the morning and in the evenings, your plants. But try not to get up on the leaves. Go up underneath your plants, because if you get on the leaves, you think that it's going to cool them off and it's going to do good for them. But it's not. When you get the water on them and then that heat hits them, it just scorches them, it cooks them, and they're going to die. And so that's not better for your plants. Get up underneath, because it's the root of the plants that really need it anyway. And your leaves may be wilty or, not looking so happy, but they will perk back up. The next morning they're going to look just like they did the morning before, So just keep them watered. I water in the morning, I water in the evening, and get happy plants. I've got new blooms, and so I'm really excited about that, especially with my okra, because they got attacked by ants, and we've been using everything we could think of on it. And one of the best things that you can use in your garden for different bugs is the neem oil. And I'm going to do a video on that, because all neem oil is not created equal. So, just like your worm castings, they're not all equal, and your compost, and, just like with everything else, they're not all the same. And you really need to check out what you're using in your garden, because what you're using in your garden is what's going to help grow your food, and your food is what you're going to put into your body. You want it to have the highest nutrition that it can. That's why every time we plant, we'll plant with new compost, worm castings, azomite, rock dust, and because it gives them that nutrition that they need, and gives them that boost that they need to make their roots get out and get strong and grow. And we come through every couple of weeks and we fertilize. We use the fish fertilizer with seaweed or kelp. And that's a good thing. And you need to do that every few weeks, getting down to the root. Now, there are times when I do foliate, feed the leaves. There are times when I do that, but you don't do that when it's the heat. It's not good for it. There was a nice breeze that just came through just then. I love feeling the cool breeze of the mornings. The garden's looking really good, although looking over it, I can see some things that I need to do. I do work every day in my garden, but when you've got the grandbabies, even though they're helping, you don't get to do as much as you do when you're by yourself. But if I was to get to choose, grandbabies are working in the garden. Grandbabies went out 100%, so they're a wonder. I love my grandbabies. So I'm going to get to work in my garden, get an extra day for the weekend, so I can get a whole lot done. Just another thing that hit me this morning that I wanted to talk about. There's another food recall at one of the fast chains, and then this is a parasite. It's not the salmonella or any of the other things. It's a parasite, and that's just another reason why you need to be growing your own food. And salad, that's one of the easiest things to grow. And, it's just very upsetting. The food chain that it has it at, I never eat there anyway. But I know a lot of people that do, especially taking their kids. And because that's where their kids like to go. But you need to train up your children I mean, isn't that what the Bible says? Train up your children in the way they should go. When they're old, they will not depart on it. You know, that's not just teaching them the Bible. That's teaching them everything in life. You're the parent, and you're supposed to teach them this is acceptable food and this isn't. And yeah, a lot of people go there, but it's not good for you. So we're not going there because I care about your health and I care about you more than I do what everybody else does. It's a good lesson for a kid to learn. You know, peer pressure when you get in school is really, really high. And they need to be able, okay, well, mom and dad say you don't have to do it because everybody else does. So that's a good lesson for them to learn really early. Carry them through their school. Train up your children to eat correctly. Train up your children to get out in the garden and do some work. My grandbabies love it, and I'm so glad. The younger grandbabies, they really love it. I've got one granddaughter that comes through here. She's 16. She's to start driving. Well, she's actually driving already, but she'll be driving on her own soon. And I remember those days. But she'll walk through, and she just loves the garden, especially when she goes through the tunnels that have food growing over them. She'll say, "This is the best garden ever." And that just makes me feel so good that my grandchildren love the garden. And she likes to get the greens, the salad stuff from the garden, and that too just makes me so happy. So it's a beautiful day. Get out in nature, and if you haven't started a garden already, get started. It's never too late, never too late. And don't try to start huge. I mean, don't look at my garden and other gardens and say, that's what I want, and try to do the whole thing. We started with this one raised bed right here. And from that, we grew every year. And that's what you can do too. And we grew a lot in this one little bed because we did diversity. I mean, we grew all kinds of different things, and we didn't space them far apart like everybody tells you to do. We do things like nature. Nature doesn't, there's nobody with a ruler going through nature and measuring how close things are to each other. And so that's just something for you to think about. Go out in nature and try to mimic nature in your garden. Diversity is a good thing, and planting things around each other, it confuses the bad bugs for one thing. And not that you're not going to have trouble with bugs here and there. You will. We do. This year we have. Every year there's something that's a challenge, but you know, it's fun to figure out what it is that you need to do that's natural. We do everything organic. So it's fun to figure out what it is in nature. What did our ancestors do? What did our grandparents do? What did, you know, the pilgrims when they came up? What did the people do in the past that took care of their gardens? Because they had to grow their food. They didn't have fast food stores to go to. They didn't have food chains to go to. They grew it, or they didn't eat it. And they may barter with people next to them, but that's from somebody who grew it, you know. So what did they do? There comes that beautiful sun. So find out what it is that you can do in your yard. Get it started and have a beautiful garden. Have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up and share the video. Let everybody know that anybody can garden, and you just have to get started. And that's what this channel is all about, getting started and the little step-by-steps that you need to do, because that's what we had to do, and we want to share so that everybody can garden, because I guarantee you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Have a beautiful day.